My house is still standing, but I'm going bankrupt because of the ash. That's how one wildfire survivor in California described their heartbreaking situation. After escaping the flames, they're now drowning in debt while battling their insurance company over cleanup costs. While most homeowners believe their insurance will protect them after a wildfire, hundreds of families in California are now discovering a harsh truth. Even if their homes didn't burn down, they're being denied help for cleanup expenses and left to deal with thousands of dollars in damage on their own. The situation: the house survived, but the cleanup is a nightmare. Since mid-June 2025, massive wildfires have swept across parts of California, destroying forests and forcing thousands of evacuations. While some families tragically lost their homes, others were lucky in the conventional sense. Their houses are still standing. But here's the hidden cost: ash and soot coating everything. Smoke damage to walls, carpets, and furniture. Toxic air quality inside the home. Contaminated soil and outdoor areas. Cleaning up this kind of post-fire damage can cost tens of thousands of dollars. But when these homeowners filed insurance claims, many were met with shocking responses. Cleanup isn't covered by your policy. There was no direct structural damage, so the claim is denied. The fire didn't destroy the property enough to trigger benefits. The invisible threat: underinsurance. This crisis boils down to a common but rarely discussed issue in American insurance: underinsurance. Having a policy that looks good on paper but fails you when disaster strikes. Many homeowners thought they were covered for fire damage. But wildfire smoke and ash cleanup often fall into vague or excluded areas in the contract. Common pitfalls include cleanup and smoke remediation not being listed as covered losses. Payouts triggered only if the house is completely destroyed. Caps or limitations buried in the fine print. And it's not the homeowner's fault. They bought policies they thought were sufficient. The real problem is unclear coverage language, lack of transparency, and outdated policy structures that haven't kept pace with climate-related risks. Growing public outrage and the state's response. The backlash in California is intensifying. Survivors are organizing online, hiring lawyers, and demanding answers. In response, Insurance Commissioner Ricardo Lara has taken action by forming a smoke claims and remediation task force, a new team designed to create statewide standards for post-wildfire cleanup and air quality restoration. Advocacy groups are also calling for emergency relief funds for wildfire cleanup, mandatory policy transparency from insurance providers, new legislation to force insurers to cover post-disaster environmental cleanup. This is more than an insurance issue. It's a fight over fairness, survival, and trust. Lessons for every American homeowner. Whether you live in California, Texas, Colorado, or anywhere prone to natural disasters, this wildfire crisis holds powerful lessons. 1. Don't just have insurance, understand it. Check your home insurance policy in detail. Look for coverage for smoke, ash, and toxic air cleanup. Clauses about partial versus total loss. Exclusions that limit or deny post-fire support. 2. Update your coverage regularly. Once a year, ask your insurance agent for a full policy review. Make sure your limits reflect the rising costs of cleanup, construction, and inflation. 3. Document everything. If disaster hits, record all damage thoroughly. Photos, videos, air quality reports, service quotes. These records will be critical if your claim is denied. 4. Don't accept denials without a fight. If your insurer says no, don't give up. File a formal appeal. Get a second opinion from a public adjuster. Contact your state's Department of Insurance. Consider hiring a lawyer who specializes in insurance disputes. Final thoughts. The fire's out, but the burn isn't over. Escaping the flames was only half the battle. Now, thousands of Californians are facing a slow financial burn, caused not by nature, but by policies that were supposed to protect them. Whether you're at direct risk of wildfire or not, this is a wake-up call for all homeowners. Insurance is only useful if it actually works when you need it most. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone you know living in wildfire-prone areas. Have you ever struggled with an insurance claim denial or surprise exclusion? Drop your story or questions in the comments. We read and reply to everyone. Let's keep the conversation going and make sure no one else is caught off guard when the next disaster strikes.